Hello, Serge here from Brady and Kim's backyard in Bruck Mulzbach, Mesa, Germany. From after Ramstein, I left here and we went up to Munich, Germany at Münchner Golf Club, which is actually called in English as Munich Golf Club. And I got there because a gentleman from Munich by the name of Michael Schurer, he became a Surgeite about, I think he told me in November of last year, and really got into it. And he dove into it, I mean, like with everything he had. And he's bought most of all the videos and has been really getting into it. And he had some correspondence with Brady a few times and ended up corresponding with me. And I mentioned, and we talked about golf schools and stuff, and he said he offered that he would check at his club to see if I could come there and give some golf schools to folks at his club and maybe others in Germany that might want to come around. So he gave it a shot. He went to the club and he spoke to the manager, a lady named Miriam, and she was all excited, and I guess their board was excited to approve of me coming. And so we went to Munich, and I had 3 days of school set up, and unlike at Ramstein where the sun was shining, we had 3 awful days over there. At least 2 awful ones with rain and really chilly. I mean, it was cold. But the beauty is they had one super duper covered area. I mean, it was big enough where you could put like probably 20 people under it, and then they still had like another area for their instructors to be covered, and so it was we went from couldn't do it to no problem with the covering, the covered roof. So we did our 3 schools, and everything went well. Everybody was happy. But I come to find out, Michael had been talking to the pros over there, and I noticed that every now and then they were coming by, coming close and listening and things. And come to find out that as they listened and when Michael talking to them, they were interested in getting a, so to speak, I guess, a clinic or seminar from me. And so we added it on the 3rd morning, or the 4th morning, I mean. I was scheduled to leave in the afternoon when Brady and Kim could come and pick me up, because Munich to where they live is about 4.5-hour ride. So they came up the night before and then they would pick me up. So we just left. I did a clinic starting at 9 o'clock in the morning with, I think it was 7 or 8 pros. And they got a big staff over there, and it's a very active golf club for instruction. And I had just a great clinic with those pros. Fortunately, they all spoke English very well. And between my teaching them about the basics and fundamentals of PPGS, the physics, the physiology, and all the components of the 5 secrets, which we call rules for the swing. Number 1 being golf's a game of angles. The fewer the better. 2 pounds perpendicular to the ground throughout the swing, where you swing your hands in front of your body. 3 is you turn your only to the toe line and up the tree. 4 is when you hit a bad shot, who cares? And number 5 is, I made that wrong. Number 4 is swing up to the tee finish. And then number 5 is, if you hit a bad shot, the answer is who cares? I walked them through those, and I walked them through the finer points of all the things that a teacher needs to more, instructor needs to know more in detail. And with questions and answers and everything else, we went a solid 3 hours. And many of them had to get going because they had lessons in the afternoon and everything else. And I also found their club fitter that they had at the club was a young man, only like in his early or mid 20s, but he'd been doing some serious studying, and I think probably about something. I think Michael told me he told about my certified instructor program, and so he was going on the site and listening to a lot of the videos that Doc Griffin did. But he was really sharp, because Michael and 2 of his buddies got fitted for golf clubs, and I stood there and I watched the fittings, and I had my own ideas of what I thought their major fitting requirements would be. And both of them Michael needed longer clubs, and yet one of the other gentlemen needed shorter clubs. And I talked to them about that, and he hit them right on the head with what he thought in the length and everything else. And I talked to him, and did some leading questions to find out what he was thinking when he looked at, and he was pretty much spot on. So I don't think he's going to have a whole bit of study that he has to do to become certified. In fact, I think he's about ready to be certified now. So when I get back, I'll be telling Doc about him, and we'll get him going on the certification, which should be very quickly. So hopefully we're going to have here at least one good certified instructor, really good certified instructor, and hopefully maybe anywhere from 6 to 8 or 9 certified instructors in Germany, which is great. And the best thing I want to say about this, and I really want to extend my thanks to these professionals, and especially Michael, but to the pros in this regard. I've been doing golf schools all over the country for 25 years, and everywhere I've been, the country meaning the United States of America, and everywhere I go, I invite the pros to come out and listen, or if they want me to sit down with them to talk to them about it. And I very rarely do I get anybody even ask me a question or two, never mind come out. But again, I know they're busy, and they're running their jobs. But these pros were extremely interested. They took time off for themselves and came out early in the morning and sat down, and it was a cold morning underneath the covered area, and they were truly interested. And it's the first time that's happened where any pro asked me, well, if I could, when I got done one day or before I started, if they could talk to me about it. No, but they told Michael they were very interested, and they sat over 3 hours with me in really cold weather. I mean, we were all wearing jackets and sweaters and everything else, and they listened. They were truly interested, asked great questions, and I think that there's a good chance many, if not all of them, will eventually get certified. And that just made me feel great, because this is the first time I've ever had such interest anywhere I've been in the United States, and realistically throughout the world. So to Michael Shearer and all the golf pros there, I can't thank you enough for the interest, and hopefully maybe for all you Surgites, maybe this is hopefully a good thing that's coming, that it'll pick up in the United States, and we'll be getting, and everywhere else I teach in the world, Australia and everything else, that maybe we can start finding more certified Surgites. So again, if you're looking for something, mention it to your pros, and if they're interested, we'll start talking to them. So from Germany, that's it for the Surge for today, and I'll be speaking to you soon about the third leg of my European visit.